Hey, this is Daniël-James with the am.design show, formerly Money Brew, or I Am the Money Brew. This is going to be an awesome segment. We're talking about how to hire a website agency from scratch, not making any mistakes. I'm here with my awesome guest, Anne-Marie, and she's very well qualified. She uses all kinds of things like art and yoga and therapy to help people overcome addictions and overcome difficult narcissistic abusive situations, especially for women. So she's really knowledgeable in that.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see.
Today we have a special program planned. We have 3 samples of your website designed.
You do?
I do, and I have a surprise. We're actually building you a logo as well.
Oh.
The logo isn't ready for today.
How exciting.
I know. So let's tell the guest and let's talk to the guest a little bit about one thing I know that's good about hiring an agency. The first thing I look for is, do they have a team? Is it a solo entrepreneur? And can they handle what I want from them? That's like the first thing I look at, and I will also try and see, do they connect with me? Tell us about your experience and how you found us as an agency. Where did you start? Did you start on Google? What did that look like?
Yeah, I started on Google.
Perfect.
I personally like websites. I like to go to people's websites to understand what they're about, whether in any sort of field.
Sure.
Right, and I think a lot of us do that. More and more, I think people are marketing over social media.
Yeah.
And not using web platforms. Is that the right way of saying it? Web platform?
Yeah, that's perfect.
But I know how I like to work, and I like to research, and I like to see people's websites. So
cool.
I was thinking along the lines of having a very simple site where people can come in and, I like to write, so I'd like to sort of write about my thinking and have that be a blog deal. So I was thinking about different ways a website could benefit me, but also knowing that I'd had a website before.
Totally.
That didn't go anywhere.
Yes.
And didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the wonderful yoga student who actually did it for me, we did it on trade. I gave her one of my larger paintings. Yeah.
Wow.
But I didn't utilize it well, and it didn't really work for me.
Yeah.
And so what I wanted was when we first met, I was like, I want something that's going to work for me.
Yes.
And it's not just going to be like something up
On
in
the
a
shelf.
shelf somewhere that if I give someone this really long name, they can type it in and find it and
Exactly.
But a part of that too, though, for me was that I wasn't really strong enough to be in self-promotion at that time in my life.
But you needed someone.
Well, as a trauma survivor and as someone who's still in that process of recovering from trauma, which takes a long time, and you get from plateau to plateau to plateau.
Yeah.
Back when I did that original website, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to occupy that space of I can offer this, and I'm awesome at this, and I can do this, and you guys, it's going to be great for you, and it's going to be great for me. I just didn't have that confidence.
And I think the nice thing is knowing that it is going to be, it's either a good investment or a bad one, right? So can this investment pay off for you to make sense for where you're going? And we were fortunate enough to have wonderful Suzanne, who's our implementation coordinator, connect with Anne-Marie and really hear where she was at, where I couldn't. And I think that's important too. If you don't connect with someone in the company, go see if they have another person you can connect with. See if there's someone else you can.
Yeah, what you did by connecting Suzanne and I really shows the strength as you as a business leader and in this company, right? Because you want people to be seen and met where they are by someone who they can really jam with. So
as such different people too.
Yeah, I've been a visual art teacher, and Suzanne's a music teacher,
Exactly.
and so she and I had just so much in common, and we're able to really. I felt like I was really understood, heard, and seen. So I signed up to have you guys help me with this project.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. I'll show this up on the screen for you guys. The logo we're still working on, but Anne-Marie, so we built 3 drafts.
Okay.
And we took a few things into account. The fact that you like natural colors, but you also like to be a little bit bold as well. And then with these drafts, the goal is for us to have a starting point.
Okay.
So they're very unpolished.
Well, and I gotta say, you do websites for giant companies.
Sure.
And mid-sized companies, and I'm an individual. So what I'm also really impressed with, right, is this flexibility.
Totally.
That you're able to work with,
Yeah. And you gave us you gave us the opportunity to serve you with, and this is the other big thing, like what else can the web agency offer you that's going to make the deal a good deal for you? And us being able to do a podcast is good exposure, but it's good for her to get her story out there. It's good for us to learn how to make our business better, how to make your life better with this information. So it became even more enticing for me. And I know at one point you were saying, I hope this is not too small for you, or this is, and I was like, no, like this is perfect. So we have a lot of cool benefits from that. But so we have 3. There's it's really up to what you like. One of them I don't like that much.
Well, because that's not me.
No, but what I wanted to show you is what this one does have is like simple layouts where we can like break things and have pricing offerings. We will change the colors on this.
Okay.
Some review sections. I'm not a huge fan of this pink, but I do like these deeper greens. The chat feature's cool. Anyway, moving on to the other one. This is number 2.
My name is different than everyone.
I know. I have to. We're building a logo.
It's your typing.
Yeah, it's totally. Sorry.
I was Annie Marie and then Anna Marie.
Yeah. So this is not her name.
What I
Her real name has got the E there, and I typed it quickly. But this one is more like flowy.
Yeah.
Like if I reload it, I'm going to show you how cool the animation is on this one.
Oh, there's animation.
Yeah. Let me go back and reload this one.
Oh, I like that little heart.
And we could put a picture of you up here. So like if I go down.
I'm liking the Alps myself.
It's not. We could put a picture. Yeah, I love that. What's cool about that main
Was
image?
that a photo that I gave you?
No.
Oh,
there?
yeah,
You
I
see
love
this?
it.
You see
There's
this?
a yogi in there. I love that.
And like if you move, those little things come in. But if you stay on this, look at the mountain.
Yeah, it's exquisite.
It's like just moving. This would have to look different. Maybe we'll have like a sign-up sheet here. We still have the chat feature.
I totally did that image, and that really looks like me.
Yeah, it's cool, huh?
Yeah.
And then you could have a video about your stuff over here. Obviously, that's not you. And then there could be like photo.
That's me.
Yeah, photo gallery here.
Okay.
Testimonials of people, real people. I'm not a huge fan of this like orange color and these blues. I think we'd probably want to push more to green and nature, right? Like your wheat. I know you were big about the.
All about period cramps.
Yeah. This is from another template.
Okay, because I was like, I know all about that.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
So yeah, that's a whole nother. We took a template and we built it out on like the platform.
Okay.
This is thinking about the art stall, how to promote that, show the different pieces that you have. I like this gradient.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
And turquoise is a really awesome color for me.
This is an interesting way to do color, but like I said, the logo, this is not a logo, that's just text. Then the last one, because I want to move through this.
Okay.
Let me start. I personally love this one.
Okay.
A little more simple with like the text and the font that we're using. We could play with these. The reason we tried with pink and stuff was like we're focused on women, and they tend to be drawn to this stuff. So it's weird, like not all women obviously, but you immediately get credibility with them.
I like this because also, I really
keep them in.
I love working with clients in every aspect of their life. Yoga obviously for me is a profoundly important meditative exercise, and it really helps people confront themselves in a gentle way if led properly. And working with people on their nutrition and the way they view food and how they bless themselves through eating, right? It's a huge thing. And then the creative piece about art creation is another therapeutic modality that I'm very intrigued with and is successful for people.
So would you say this last one is like more on the line of where we're going? Kind of like between these other ones? Let me go on. And we can incorporate two or three of them. We could incorporate this.
Exactly, aspects of one into the other.
Yeah.
I like the last one because it's simpler.
Yep.
And I mean,
very nice.
What I'm doing is a pretty complex.
Love this.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Yeah.
It's a complex service. It's a complex issues. Human beings are complex. I like websites that are just a little bit more simple, particularly because this is a lot of intense stuff for people. Yeah,
I would also say that last thing you could look at is like reviews, because to get a good amount of reviews, it's going to take a while. For a company, when you see there's not many reviews, it could be a red flag. If you're searching for a company and an ad comes up.
Yeah, I did look at you guys and I thought, and I saw that you had a positive review company. I did learn that you were South African, and that was interesting to me. I love working with people from other nations.
Yeah.
Because I love travel, and I actually spent some time in South Africa. And I was interested in your story.
Cool.
You know, because when people come from other countries and they're here doing, you know, entrepreneurial,
multicultural,
multicultural stuff for me is, that's just exciting for me. And I just like hearing about people's lives and what brought them here and how they made it. So you being South African actually was really fun for me.
Yes. I'm just gonna put this down here.
But why I chose you guys too was that, I mean, here we are in Greeley, right? And local, right? And I like cool stuff happening in Greeley because there's a lot of cool people here.
Yeah,
and
putting Greeley on the map.
Well, but also, you know, we have this incredible cultural
difference. Yeah.
You know, we have a cultural presence here in Greeley. We've got the Union Colony Center, we've got the Philharmonic, we've got all kinds of things that, you know, but we've always had the ranching, right?
Yes.
And we've always had the agricultural. And everyone's always thought of Greeley as like, what will you say? It smells like money, right?
Yeah, it smells like money.
It smells like
it's
money.
the beef.
But right, there's a lot of sophistication here. There's a lot of
really interesting
savvy
people.
Business.
We have this miniature tech hub over here.
Yeah.
And on South Park, one of the episodes, they say Hawaii, the opposite of Greeley.
And South Park, like, where are those guys from? Do you know?
Are they from Springfield. No.
No, like
they're from Colorado.
Aren't they from?
My wife was telling me this the other day.
Yeah,
they're from
the Front Range somewhere.
Like. You guys can tell us
but
in the
comments.
comments.
But they grew up obviously playing baseball in Greeley or something in the Little League.
Yeah, drop it in the comments. Our next taste test, we've gone through that. Agencies, templates, picking out templates. Like, anyways, here's the next one.
Okay. Biltong.
Yes, and you probably have had this in South Africa, right? I have two different kinds. This is...
You're going to tell me what that pasty, like corn type product was. It's just like this blob.
Oh, that's pap.
Pap, yeah.
Pap is a very well-known starch there. We eat it with meat. As African people, they eat it all the time with like tomato paste, and you eat it with your hands sometimes.
The kids that I was working with were crazy about it, and we were just like, well, what's the big deal about this like white blob?
It's a staple food for them.
It's not very flavorful.
No, it's supposed to be.
Because it's supposed to not be, right?
Yeah, you add flavor to it.
Beef jerky?
Yes, it's South African beef jerky, and if you're South African, you know the stuff is a delicacy. It's very good after cycling, exercising.
So thin. This is so good.
Very little preservatives.
I was gonna say, you don't taste like this massive nitrate blast.
Or sugar.
Oh my gosh.
32 grams of protein for every few servings.
Okay, because I did the website, this is coming home with me, right?
Sure. That's the lime one.
Sal's working for free, I'm working for beef jerky.
You can get this on Amazon at our Yuck to Yum links.
It's so good. This is the best. I hate beef jerky.
Me too.
I love this.
Let me try the lime one. This is the hot, that's the normal one, I think. That's something else.
Oh man, no sugar. So when you say there's no preservatives or low preservatives?
There shouldn't be that many preservatives unless they made it in America. Yeah, there's no preservatives.
That's our contribution.
Ingredients
to cuisine is preservatives.
Beef, vinegar, salt, coriander, chili pepper, lime.
So essentially it's preserved through the spices.
Yeah.
Love.
Okay.
Great product, you guys.
So is this an 11?
Biltong.
Yuck to Yum, 1 to 10.
10.
Nice. Manny the Mannequin agrees.
Love.
My final taste test for you is a special drink that we make.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you.